We're all going through a really unique season right now, dealing with how this pandemic is really affecting every single area of our lives, including our marriages. But as unique of a season as this is, I don't believe that the principles required to get through this season and to get through it well are all that unique. What I'm reminding myself of and what I'm reminding my clients of and what I want to suggest to you is that we need to pay attention to the basics of what it takes to have a healthy marriage and a healthy relationship. And I believe that one of the most basic building blocks of a healthy relationship is looking at how we're spending our time. And I want to talk about 3 rhythms of relationship that we need to make sure that we prioritize in order to get through this season, but not just to get through it, but to get through it well. The first healthy rhythm of relationship that we need to pay attention to is with our time with God. Marriage is hard in and of itself, but then you insert being quarantined in the same house, in the same room with the same people all the time. That gets difficult. I know it's difficult for me. And I don't have what it takes to get through some of those seasons well, some of those moments well. And I want to suggest that you don't either. And that's why we have to prioritize our relationship with God every day, asking Him for strength, asking Him for encouragement, asking Him for wisdom, asking Him for patience and humility and grace. I need that. You need that. We all need that every single day of a normal marriage relationship, and how much more with the added stress of this pandemic. So the first healthy rhythm of relationship we need to pay attention to is with our relationship with God. The second rhythm of relationship that we need to make sure that we're prioritizing is how we're spending time with ourselves. Now, I'm not talking about being selfish. I'm not talking about taking care of yourself or even loving yourself. What I'm talking about here is making sure that you're spending time doing and life-giving activities. For me, it might be reading a book or exercising or going for a walk or going on a run. You know what gives your soul life. And I want to encourage you to develop a healthy rhythm of relationship with yourself by spending time doing life-giving activities. So on that foundation of a healthy rhythm of relationship with God, and then a healthy relationship with ourselves, then and only then are we set up for success to have a healthy rhythm of relationship with our spouse. And so what this can look like, it's going to look different in this season for couples with small kids, people with older kids, empty nesters even. It's going to look different. But what I want to suggest is that quantity of time together does not equate to quality time. And so I want to encourage you not just to spend time with your spouse, but to be purposeful and intentional as best you can in the season of life that you're in to get away with your spouse. Maybe it looks like what my wife and I did just the other day, and going to get your favorite takeout and sitting in an empty parking lot in the pouring rain and eating some good food together. It might look like telling the kids, hey, mommy and daddy are going in the bedroom and putting on a movie for them for an hour so you can spend some quality time together, maybe going out in the backyard. Again, depending on what season of life you're in, it's going to look different. But my encouragement to you is not to just spend quantity of time together, but to spend quality time. And it's going to take having purpose. It's going to take having intentionality. It's going to take getting creative, but you can do it. I know that we've struggled, but we've been able to pull it off. Not as regularly as what we did in the past, but it is possible. And so my encouragement to you is to establish healthy rhythms of relationship. Number 1 with God, number 2 with yourself, and number 3 with your spouse. You can do this. This season is unique, but the principles required to get through this season are not. And we want to encourage you to focus on spending time with your spouse. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in, and we hope you have a great week.